This is the Renaissance Men podcast. It's time to go big or go home. Now, here is your host, Stuart Garrett.
Good evening and welcome to episode 205 of the Renaissance Men podcast. And I got that wrong last time, Jimmy the Saint.
You did, I saw.
But it really is 205 this week. My name is Stuart Garrett, and as always, I'm joined by my brother from another mother, brother of destruction, the man on the right of me. It's Jimmy the Sainter.
Yay! Hello, children. Hello, people of Earth. Hello, Stu. We are back. It's been 2 weeks. It's been too long. It's been too little you in my life. How the devil are you, as you would say?
I'm very well, Jimmy the Saint. I sound quite loud in my ears. Am I loud to you?
No, you sound beautiful.
Do I? Good. Let me just turn myself down in my ears. Yeah, I'm good. I've had a good couple of weeks. Should we start with me? Let's start with me, I guess. It's kind of gone that way, isn't it? What have I been up to? Kind of standard stuff. Work, life, balance is there. Family's good.
All right, show off.
I didn't mean it that way, but yeah, that could be me coming across as, yeah. But do you know what I'm looking forward to tomorrow? I've got something in the pipeline for tomorrow, right?
A big wank.
Other than that, right, it is it's May the 4th, obviously, and today is going to be a May the 4th heavy show. Yeah, you know, that day that we all come together to celebrate the 4th day of May, or Star Wars Day, as the big conglomerate would like you to believe.
Yeah, we do.
So yeah, I'm going to go see episode 1 in the cinema.
Whoa, lovely stuff.
But not just that, because you know, I don't know how you feel about episode 1 25 years later.
Fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Do you know,
They made worse, I think.
When I watched it in the cinema, I loved it. I loved it in the cinema.
I loved it. But I'm going to go and see it in 4DX.
What is that?
You know, the cinema thing where they throw you about in the seat and they fuzz like water and smell and wind at you.
Smell.
That's good.
When Jar Jar Binks gets that camel farting in his face, are you going to get the fart?
Yes, I assume so. But
I hope
the pod race, how amazing is the pod race going to be?
Amazing. That's the best bit of the film, isn't it?
Yeah, wizard, absolutely wizard.
It is going to be wizard.
Fuck me, Christ! It's the Bulba. Whoa, there we go. Yeah, it's going to be all that. So I can't wait for that. As the show will go on, you'll see we've got quite a lot of Star Wars based news because there's a lot of it about. Disney like to throw out the Star Wars based news around May the 4th, as we know. So I look forward to that. Other than that, I've got some news for you. Got some news.
You better not be at the Prancing Pony on your Lord
I'm
of the Rings
almost there. I think I've done it today. I think I've done it today. I've been walking more than I thought I had been. So
for anyone who doesn't know, Stu's been doing the walk from the Shire to Mordor. We were supposed to meet at the Prancing Pony.
Yep. Alas.
And we didn't. Never sticks to plans, the Stu.
No, never. So I've gone into the pub and there's no hooded stranger there for me. No. Absolutely nothing. The old ring wraith's going to knife me in the back.
Yeah, because you didn't wait for Aragorn. You're supposed to get Aragorn.
Exactly. So
Fat Aragorn.
The mission has failed. No, I've almost done my 145 miles, so I'm very pleased with that. I think as of this morning, I had 2.5 miles to go. So I've done 5,000 steps, which equates to about 2 miles. So I still might have a little bit to do. But I'll do it tomorrow. So happy days.
Yeah.
But did you know, Jimmy? Also, thank you. You seem devastated, but it's fine. They're doing Star Wars themed challenges now.
Right.
So you can now, the company that do these virtual challenges, they're now doing, you can walk, I think you can do the circumference of the Death Star. So you can walk the trench.
That's quite fun.
I think you can walk speaking of pod race, you can walk the pod race course. That's one of them.
Right.
I don't
Beggars
know,
Canyon.
yeah, yes, thank you, nerd. I'm not sure what the others are, but yeah, they again from May 4th have come out with an announcement saying, "Oh, we're doing Star Wars stuff, yay!" So
Good
I
stuff.
don't know what to do, Jimmy. I don't know whether to carry on to Mordor, or can
Yes.
can
Are
I
you going to quit?
can I quit that mission halfway through? Just walk the
Again.
length of the Death Star trench and then come back.
Typical Stu. No, you got to carry. Don't you get a medal if you walk to Mordor?
I get a medal for walking to the Prancing Pony.
So you've already got the medal.
Yeah, might as well quit.
Do you get another medal if you go to Mordor?
Yeah, you get, because there's 6 challenges, so you would get, I think, 6 medals.
Keep going, Stu. Keep going. Stick with it. Stick with it.
Stay the course. Stay the course.
Shoot, that is great news. That is great news. And I'm very excited for you going to see the Phantom Menace. I hope you film some of it. We've had some chat already, so I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Yes. All comments acknowledged within reason. Rock's with us. Oh, Rock. I don't know. Is that just a release from the week, Rock? Have you had a bad week? You just come into chat.
Primal screaming from the Rock.
Neil is with us. Good evening, Neil J. Let me give you a salute. I'll give Rock a salute as well. Rock says it was gone political. Just saw the Tories heading south across the channel in a dinghy. Oh yeah, your boys, Jimmy, have taken a bit of a pasting today.
Oh, why? What's happened? My boys, what's happened?
Well, local elections.
Yeah,
not so good.
I'm not a Tory. I'm a Republican.
Of course,
I'm a Republican.
He's a gun nut. Yeah. What else? Colin. Lord Doolin is in the house. I'm going to give Lord Doolin a air horn. I think he deserves an air horn.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Lord. Looking smart in collars today, gents. Well, you're lucky. You're lucky. Because I was wearing what Jimmy likened to a Walmart uniform earlier.
It was just so drab. The color was drab. It wasn't any other color. And we came on and I could barely see you, Stu. You were just you were there, but you weren't there. Yeah. And you know I'm someone who likes a bit of flair. This is quite downplayed for me, a checkered blue shirt.
I'm joking.
I like a bit of flair. I've just bought a new jumper, Stu.
Oh, go on.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Oh,
I'll debut it. It's I ummed and ahed. You know I don't like spending money. No, I ummed and ahed for ages, but eventually I forked out the £18 and I did it and I committed.
Do you know do you Vint much? Do you go on Vinted a lot?
I was selling stuff on Vinted, but I'm not at the moment. But
I love her. Got a couple of Vinted bargains this week. A couple of super dry polo shirts. Hopefully they don't look like co-op uniforms. But who knows? I'll bring them on next week and maybe
nice bit of super dry.
Rip me to shreds again. I'm joking.
I feel bad. It was just very grey.
It was. It wasn't suitable for the show, really.
It wasn't even a nice dark grey. It was like a
drab grey.
Yeah, like an old rag.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. I can imagine a dinner lady. I imagine a dinner lady cleaning down a table in a kid's hall with a dirty. That's it. And I don't mean to bring down your t-shirts. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. Rock says his melon sound effects have stopped working. Oh, Rock.
We are not IT support. We will not be able to help you with that, I'm afraid.
No. Jimmy the Saint, how has your fortnight been?
Up and down as usual, Stu.
Up
lovely. And down.
Mostly up or mostly downs?
High highs and low lows, buddy. Ooh. High highs and low lows. Yes, low lows. I mean, one of the best things that happened to me over the last 2 weeks was I went for a lovely lunch with John Simmons' Scale Modeler. Ooh, he managed to squeeze in lunch with me,
very busy man.
He can read. Oh, he's insanely busy. He's got 400 children as opposed to my 100. But we went for lunch. But this threw me whilst we were out.
Yeah,
you may not know this, and the people of Earth make some notice. I'm a bit of a complainer. And when I go to restaurants, if the food is not better than I can cook,
Oh,
I
God.
think that's a reason to say, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
God.
Take this to the kitchen and ask the chef to taste this.
Is this the pizza story?
Pizza?
Yeah.
No.
You went out for pizza. That's a separate complaining incident.
Did I?
Yeah. You had to bring. You said you wanted to bring your own jalapenos.
Oh no, that was an absolute joke. That when jalapenos cost the same,
That's another story.
extra
Move on.
jalapenos cost the same as extra pepperoni. Come on, no. My friend John Simmons, Scale Modeler, bought himself the brisket burger
Oh,
and
that sounds
chips.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to say where he got it from. Okay,
I
I'm not
think we
going
should
to
name and shame
badmouth.
if it's a bad story.
I'm not going to. But he got himself burger, and I got myself. I didn't have anything because I'd already had my lunch.
What are you moaning about?
Well, it was his lunch
Okay.
that came, and it's a damn good burger and chips. I've had it before. It's very, very good.
Yep.
But he takes his first bite, and he's chomping away, and then he just starts. It's like that, and he looks at me. He's like, "Can you hear that?" I'm like, "Yes, obviously." Like that. He's like, I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, he pulls it out. It was a piece of metal.
What?
A piece of metal. And he went, it's a piece of metal. I went, has your burger been shot with a shot? Like the cow was shot with a shotgun, like it's like a bit of shot. He's like, I don't know, it might be off the grill or something. And he put it on a tissue. And I went, why are you not walking back up there with that plate in your hand? He went, well, it's out now. I went, yeah, but you can't have a metal dinner. And then the bloke comes over, the waiter, and he was like, everything all right? And I'm like, John, because John will never complain about anything. John, and he went, yeah, there was a bit of metal. He points at the napkin with the metal on it. There was a bit of metal in my food, probably off the grill or something like that. And the guy went, oh, it's okay, I'll get you another one. He picks up his napkin and takes that away and brings him another napkin.
Okay.
He did. I'll get you another one. And I was like, what's just happened here? What is this? He's like, he brought me another napkin, thank God. We're just laughing our head off about that. Oh, and luckily, when he went up to get some pudding, I said, get me another pint because of the metal in your thing. And sure, at the counter, he went, can I have a free pint because of the metal in my dinner? And the guy, yeah. Just poured him a pint, gave him a pint. But it was metal in the food, Stu. So, wow. I mean, I've had burnt food before. I've had I've had the odd pube.
I'm sorry. What?
Pube had a pube.
Yeah. On the plate.
Yeah. I've had in my tin of corned beef once, I got a tube and a stone. A tube and a stone in a tin of corned beef. And I wrote off to Prince's.
Of course you did.
And they sent me a what they send me? A £20 Prince's gift voucher.
So you could buy more of their rubbish product.
Well, I bought Prince's fish with that. But isn't that mad? Bit of messing with. So I want to put that out there to the people at home, people of Earth. What weird things have you had in your food?
That's this week's topic. What weird things have you had in your food?
I felt like Virgin Radio then.
Yep. I feel like Alan Partridge, to be honest. Chuck it in the chat. What's the weird things you've had in your food?
Stu, have you had anything weird in your food?
I was just thinking. I don't think I have. I do have. I've got another story for you. I mentioned this to you briefly during the week on chat, and that's the fact. I'm pretty sure we mentioned on the show my love of butter sandwiches, spread sandwiches.
Yeah, as a child, that's all you ever had.
Yeah. My lunchbox, carefully constructed by my mother, was usually like a Robinson's carton drink, probably a Rocky bar or something, a chocolate bar, and a sandwich filled with the finest spread. That's spread. Nothing more. Just spread.
Flora.
I felt nothing but pride when Benjamin, who this week, he's a bit of a fussy eater, and he didn't like one of the school meal options, so he wanted to pack up, and Amanda asked him what he would like within his sandwich, not knowing that I ever liked and enjoyed a spread sandwich. He then also asked for a spread sandwich. So
chip off the old block.
love it. Yes, and he didn't like it. He came home; it was uneaten. So just thought I'd throw that in. What kind of sandwiches do you like in the chat? Throw it in the chat. What kind of?
No, we've already asked what the weird things have people found in their food in the chat. That's the chat.
Okay, we can't have two things in the chat.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
could confuse, couldn't it? Lovely gag by Neil. Meal includes iron supplements. Yep, quite literally. Yep,
good.
Rock says, I found a fingernail in a bar of Cadbury's Dairy Milk.
Wow.
Ooh. Sent it to them and they wrote back accusing me of trying to pull a fast one. No freebies for me, and it was effing legit.
Wow. That's mental that they accuse
back
you.
On you. They said, j'accuse.
Was this in the day of Twitter? Because a few years back, as soon as Twitter, as soon as you had an issue, if you put it on Twitter and tag the people, quite quickly they'd get back in touch with you.
Oh yeah, they don't like they don't want any bad press to go viral, do they?
No.
Yep. Are you a regular kind of? No, I don't say regular complainer because that makes it sound like it's a bad thing. But if you suffer an injustice, would you write to the company as you did with the Prince's stuff? Do you do that as a regular occurrence?
I regularly complain to like Tesco's and stuff. If we get like a delivery and the meat has like 1 day on it, I'll complain.
Yeah, and maybe try and get it taken off your bill.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in restaurants, I am quite bad for it. And it's not a good quality to have, but I feel if I'm paying money for something, it's not because it tastes, I'll never go, I don't like the taste of that. Send it back. It's not because I don't like the taste. It's if there's something genuinely wrong with it. I used to love seafood chowder, but where I used to eat it, you've got 50-50 of it being amazing or taste like piss.
I don't like those odds. Those are bad odds.
Yeah, so I stopped having it because I probably 3 times. One time I did actually say, "You got the chowder on?" And I went, "Yeah." I went, "Would you mind bringing me out a shot of it? A shot of it first."
Oh, like a little taster.
Yeah, so I can taste it and make sure it doesn't taste like piss.
A lovely real
and they were like, "Yes," and they did that.
I'll have a drop of that. Yeah,
half
of that, please. Half of that chowder.
Sure enough, they did it, and it was a great chowder. But I stopped having it because you're right; those odds were. And a couple of times I did say, "Has the chef tasted this?" I was watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares at the time.
Oh yeah.
And one of the problems is I've eaten at some really good restaurants, but I like cheap food. It doesn't have to taste amazing; it just has to be done well. If something's hard, Stu. God, I've sat with Johnson Muscal Modeler where he's just left a piece of liver that was like a shoe, like the sole of a shoe. It's like inedible. And he's like, I'm like, send it back. He's like, no.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah. I think I side on that kind of reaction. Is I'll endure it as a British person. I'll just endure it and complain to Amanda while in the comfort of my own home.
The Scotsman in me will complain.
Yeah.
That said, my father's full Scots and he doesn't complain. My mother, she's a Cockney, and I get it from her. She'll complain about everything. She's worse.
Quite mouthy, aren't they? Cockneys, quite mouthy.
Yeah, mouthy bunch.
Give it all that.
Yeah, Stu, we've got a lot. What I was going to say, we've got a lot. We've got a lot to get through tonight.
I know, it is what it is. We'll just shoot the breeze, man. We can cut stuff off the list. I did want to mention before we go on, talking about Gordon Ramsay. I remember watching episodes of MasterChef that he helmed in the US.
Right.
And he had one of his kind of co-presenters was a restaurant critic or whatever, and they do typically play things up for the cameras when they're testing the food and they don't like it. Literally, the reaction this guy gave to some poor contestant, pick the plate up. There was a bin next to the place they were making the food. Bin, tipped it in the bin. No, that was
wow.
That's how they gave their judgment. To bin or not to bin? That is the question.
That's harsh. I've never done that. But now you've given me a good idea.
Yeah. Just don't do it with the wife, Amanda. In the bin.
Yes. She spent all day cooking that.
Yep, in the bin. Rock says, I'm a loud complainer. I get the whole restaurant involved. Oh, group participation. I like it.
Yeah.
God, I'd feel so awkward if that was happening. So awkward. Anyway, Jimmy the Saint. This is the Renaissance Men podcast. It's we're here to talk about all things geek culture. And before we go on, let's tell the people how they can support the show, because there's a number of ways they can do that. Of course, you're watching us on YouTube, so do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification button, because it all helps us. Helps the channel grow. So if you could do that, please do that right now. I command you to do it now. Press it. This is my new tactic, Jimmy. I'm going to demand it from the audience. Press the button now. This is it. Press it. Thank you. Also, you can head over to Ko-fi.com and buy Jimmy and I a figurative cup of coffee for £3 or whatever monetary donation you so wish, and we will reinvest that into the show, promoting videos and growing the audience. And of course, you can just say hello in the chat. That's also a means to support us. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So there we are. Let's get this wagon going on the trail to mediocrity. Let's take a look around the channel, shall we, Jimmy the Saint? In a segment we call where my video's gone. Around the channel. Oh, here we are. So what have we been up to, Jimmy the Saint? Well, first up, I just want to mention that the Renaissance Men podcast, this here show, is back on Spotify again. This is a moment for me to hold my hands up and say, I'm sorry that I took that feed down. I shouldn't have done. I neglected to think of and consider the feelings of those that consume our podcast through their ears. We might like to do that, so it's back. In fact, let me just show you where it is. You can just search for Renaissance Men on Spotify and it will come up. Let me share that for you right now. There we go. There we are. Renaissance Men. Only one episode on. I'm not going to go back and put all the old episodes on there. If you want that, come to the channel. There's other means to find it, but going forward, all the podcasts that we release fortnightly will go up onto Spotify, so you can listen to them on your commutes, or I don't know, mowing the lawn as it's lawn mowing season, whatever.
Oh yeah,
more.
That's a good time to listen to a podcast when you're mowing the lawn.
Yeah, I think so. What else we got? Got some new videos up for you. I uploaded a Bricking It video for you all to consume. Obviously, I love my Lego, as we will see later on in the podcast. I've got some Lego news for you. This is my review of the Lego Batman 1992 polybag, which I picked up from a Lego convention that was held locally. Awful event, far too busy, but I got this, so it was kind of worth it. So yeah, I made this little video. So what is it? 3 minutes long. Go check it out. It's lovely little model. I think you'd like this, Jimmy. Yeah, I'll give you.
I would.
Here it is.
Do you have any hair on your hands?
No, I'm hairless, almost all over.
As an eel. Yeah.
You know what? My legs are smooth as well. Amanda's really, really, really jealous of my legs. Completely smooth, but I've got patches of hair on the back of my knees. It's weird.
Like an armpit.
Yeah, it is. It's like a leg pit. Yeah.
Are your armpits hairy?
Yeah, they are hairy armpits.
And chest.
Top of my knees are hairy. Top of my feet are hairy. And that is it. No other hair whatsoever. Look, completely hairless. And my nails are awful. I know that. It's fine. It's fine. I chewed them. It's all good.
I wasn't going to say that. You still chew your nails, huh? I thought when you got out of school you might stop, but
nah.
It never does. This looks lovely. I watch this. I always like your builds. I always like your builds.
Thanks, man. Much appreciated. I do have some other Lego stuff primed, ready to edit and pump out. So go check those out. That was Bricking It. And of course, I just wanted to mention the Guff Divers Discord. There is a link to the Guff Divers Discord in the chat. Should be pinned to the chat, I think. So Guff Divers is what the show we put on our podcast off weeks. So next Friday it'll be Guff Divers, where we play some video games together collectively with fellow friends of the show, listeners, viewers, whatever. We come together to play some video games on stream. If you want to get involved and it's quickly becoming, I think, the official Discord for the Renaissance Man. That's how I see it now. So if you want to come and chat with some of the hosts and other like-minded podcasters, then head into the chat. It's probably down there, isn't it? Get into the chat and join the Discord. That's pretty much it, Jimmy the Saint.
I know, right?
Yeah,
that's fine because we've got a lot to talk about.
Busy.
I'm going to say that all night till the end of the show.
You seem quite keen to move on. Have you got an appointment or something?
I just know we've got a lot to talk about.
That's fine. It's fine, Jimmy.
So relaxed. I'm on edge. It's this beer I'm drinking. It's the New World Lager. Drop Bear Beer Company. I think it might have caffeine in it or something, or it's just giving me the wow.
With the gun, the checked shirt, a beer called New World Lager. You're very very right wing today. Very right wing. Militia, that's baby. The word. Yeah. Rock says he's pressed the button. Thank you, Rock. But I wish to lodge a complaint about the host's attitude. Yeah.
Whatever.
And he's just popped off for his dinner. Thank you, Rock, for popping in. If you do come back, do say hello as always. I think that's pretty much it for Around the Channel. With that being said, let's get into the real meat and potatoes of the show. And let's find out what we've been up to this fortnight in a segment we call The Fortnight in Geek. I feel on fire this evening, Jimmy.
Can't believe you still haven't changed the title of that to that really good title that Miss Phoenix came up with.
Do you know how much work it would take to blooming change all that? It's far more work than I have.
Oh, fair enough. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Stick with it. Yeah, stick with it. The Fortnite Geek.
Jobs will do.
Fine.
You know. The Fortnite Geek. Jimmy the Saint. God, there is a lot here, isn't there?
Yeah, I know, right? So much has happened.
Yeah. Where do we want to start? Because I can. Do you know? I think I'll do my video games because I can get through those quite quick, and then it will lead into something else. I think so. I'll get those out the way.
Okay.
Just a couple of quick hits.
Okay.
You right?
Yeah.
I've been playing.
We've got a lot to get through.
Fallout 76 is probably the main game I've been playing.
Now, which one is that? What console is that on?
This is on the PlayStation 5. I don't have any footage. I didn't get a video link, so I can't bring it up. So I'm sorry. It should be a passing mention. But Fallout 76, it's the latest. It was the latest Fallout game that they brought out. I think in like 2018, around that time.
Right.
It's like a live service Fallout game. So it's like an MMO. You know, it's like your World of Warcrafts. It's like a multiplayer version of Fallout. So Fallout is traditionally a single player game. You know, we get really fully immersed in your role playing game mechanics and your post apocalyptic world. But this took a different tact. It's multiplayer focused.
Does that mean you play with other people online?
Yeah. It's the same kind of conceit in that you are a vault dweller and you go out into the world and you have a mission to do out in the what do they call it? It's not wilderness. What do they call it outside?
Wasteland.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Is it?
It is. Yeah, you got it right. So yeah, it is a Fallout game at its core, but and I haven't really kind of delved too deeply into it and sampled some of the multiplayer mechanics of it, but I want to, and I think this will be a great Guff Divers game. You know, because we can get all the guffers in to play and survive in the wilderness together. So yeah, it did get hammered when it came out. initially, it was criticised quite a lot for not being. I don't think it had like any NPCs in it, so there was no one you could actually talk to, which is taking the wasteland scenario a bit too far. You do need someone to give you a mission, don't you? Really, you need a person out there to say, "Go here and do something for me." But I had none of that. It was all like robots and audio logs, and it was just like barren of any kind of real content.
Oh, that's boring.
But they have updated it significantly since 2018, and it's a lot better, a better experience for players now. So
Nice.
I
Check
think,
it out.
yeah, very much so. I think it's a game. A lot of Fallout games lately have seen a huge upsurge in people playing and buying them because of the TV show, which we will lead into shortly. Yeah, so Fallout is kind of the hot topic at the moment. So I look forward to delving more into the Fallout 76 going forward. Just a quick mention to Dave the Diver. It's not a person, it's a video game about diving, scuba diving, shooting fish with your harpoon, and then taking the fish and then running a sushi shop with it, sushi restaurant. Yeah.
Wow, what a strange game.
It is strange, but it's strangely compelling. Like the game is kind of set into the two periods. The game's structured in days. So you have your day. You have 2 periods where you can go and scuba dive for fish, and then in the evening you then have to run the sushi shop. So you have to then set what kind of fish you're going to sell, what sushi you're going to sell based on the fish that you caught. And it's almost like a sushi shop management sim. That's quite the tongue twister.
Yes.
You have to set the
shop management
the
sim.
recipes you want. How much money you're going to make, what the profit margins are on those recipes. And
it all sounds really boring.
It's not. It's really good. It's really fun. The diving stuff, there's lots of exploration in there as well. You're not just going down and shooting for fish. You like kind of delving beneath, right into the depths and finding little caves and chests and mysterious bits and bobs. It's all done in like a 2D pixel style. So it's it's free with PlayStation Plus at the moment. So go check it out if you've got PlayStation Plus.
Someone like you who can't swim and doesn't like seafood, this is a perfect game for
you. Brilliant, isn't it? I can live vicariously through Dave.
Yeah.
The diver. The guff diver.
Sounds like a nice life, to be honest.
What, just scuba diving and eating sushi?
Yeah, and then selling the sushi.
Yeah. So, these are the 2 games I've been playing this week. What's going on in the chat? Forgive me for here she is. Here's trouble.
Bonjour. Here's my mate.
Welcome.
Here's my tag team partner.
Phoenix. Happy Friday, says Neil. Yeah, happy Friday, Phoenix. Welcome. I've just been talking about Dave the Diver and Fallout 76. They're the games I've been playing mostly this week, Phoenix. Also, whilst you're there, we want to know what's the strange. What was it, Jimmy? What was the question for the chat?
What's the strangest thing you've found in your food?
Yeah.
Could be anything. Could be a packet of something. Could be something you got in a restaurant. Could be something someone has cooked for you. It is. You tell us. I've just thought of another one. I was once in a Little Chef. Once again with John Simmons, Scale Modeler. We were very young. His father used to take us to Little Chefs for
the shop, or just a person, somebody prepared food who's really, really
tiny chefs. Yeah, tiny chefs. No, the franchise that doesn't exist anymore.
I know.
And I got a strawberry milkshake once, sucking away, and then what? I felt something come up and go in the back of my fly, big fly. Bloody hell! I remember I must have been about 11 years old. I went. They brought me another one. I did complain.
It's like your origin story, isn't it? From that moment on,
the food
you were a serial complainer.
Yeah. Terrible. So yeah, anything you've had, let us know.
Hey, speaking of that, I don't know if you was in. I'm full of tangents this evening. I'm so sorry. On an evening where you want to race through the show, I'm here just loving it. I don't know if you was in my IT class at school, but I always remember we had the guy who we likened to Arnold Schwarzenegger, didn't we? Do you remember?
Who?
We called him Arnie. I don't know. I can't remember the
God,
teacher's
that's
name.
sounding familiar now you're
Yeah.
saying it.
We called him
I
Onyx.
didn't
He looks
do
like
IT though.
no, I don't think he did. But for some reason, I beckoned him over because I had an issue with my IBM PC at the time, and I clicked my fingers. I went
To the teacher.
yeah, I did. I
Wow.
didn't mean it. I didn't mean it maliciously or rudely. I think I was just clicking him, just kind of doing it.
Stu, so
Do you know what he said to
sassy
me?
you were at school.
And do you know what he said to me? The teacher, he said,
Yeah.
do that again and I'll break your fingers. That's what he said to me. Do that again and I'll break your fingers.
For someone like you, Stu, as well, who was so timid.
I know.
I bet that nearly destroyed you.
It destroyed me. Well, the fact I can remember it 30 years later, it
sticks
sticks
with you.
to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Oh man.
Clicking in my Cuban heels. What?
Yeah. You're saying you were she was saying you were wearing Cuban heels and you were clicking them rather than your fingers.
Okay. Right.
Also, if you go back a message, Stu, because you always miss the message.
I do.
Miss Phoenix has a food. I have witnessed a blue plaster in a KFC chicken piece.
Right.
Wasn't my chicken though, but was it your plaster? That is disgusting, isn't it? A plaster. That's one of the worst things you can find.
Yeah.
I'd sooner find a pube than a plaster.
Pube or plaster? Cast
That's
your
my
votes
motto.
in the chat.
Yeah. What's worse?
We've gone full partridgeception on this show.
Well, Stu,
yeah.
seeing as you have been playing Fallout, did you finish watching Fallout?
I haven't finished watching Fallout.
Fuck's sake!
But I'm up to episode. I think I've got 2 left. 2 left.
Okay. So you
But
can
again,
still talk about whether you're enjoying it or not.
Yeah. Am I enjoying Fallout? Yes. I think I am.
Just before you carry on, I'll give you John Simmons Scale Modeler's review of the first episode. Stupid CGI blood splatters, predictable silly action, stupid Americans, etc. That was his review of episode 1. Whereas Alex Roth said it's one of his favorite shows of all time.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Split in the audience, isn't it?
Yeah. I loved it.
I enjoyed the first third of it. I think I do think it's ever since kind of it's Lucy, isn't it? Is it the main character? I'm sure she's Lucy. She's lost. I won't go into spoilers. So, oh God, how do I talk about this without spoiling? Can I spoil it? Can we spoil it? Can I spoil like episode 3?
Yes.
So episode 3, 4. So she's lost the head, basically. I mean, that won't mean anyone to anyone, will it?
Yes.
She's lost the head, and the ghoul issue has kind of been resolved. And like the narrative feels like expanding into other stuff now, and it's kind of lost me now. I'm not sure how interested. I was more interested in the ghoul and her, and the head and where that was going.
I know exactly what you mean. There's a very sudden pivot where it's all about the head, and suddenly her and the ghoul are off doing something else.
Yes, and I'm at that point.
But the head goes somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know where the head.
Have you got there yet?
Have I got where the head is? I can't remember.
So someone else picks up the head. So the head stays in the story.
Yeah.
The head stays in the story.
Yeah. I am there. Actually, yeah.
So it stays in the story, but obviously the ghoul doesn't give a shit about the head because he's got other stuff to take care of, isn't he?
Yeah. And I quite liked the last episode I watched was delving a lot into the ghoul's like backstory pre Fallout, I guess.
Wonderful.
Which has been good and kind of given him a lot of his character a lot of texture and depth and just kind of made him a really interesting character.
Yeah.
So that was good. I wonder where it's going to go now. I've only got like 2 or 3 episodes left, so I'm not entirely sure where it's all heading. But started off great, but kind of a little bit tailing off for me.
Okay, stick
but
with it.
Oh, I will.
With it.
I'll finish it.
For me, it was one of the best TV shows I've seen in a while.
Looks
You
amazing.
know, it's yeah, it's
Amazing.
not, you know, it's not Breaking Bad or whatever, but it's
Mm.
certainly better than a lot of crap we've had recently.
Yes,
You
agreed.
know, and it looks amazing. Yeah, acting
Very
10
good.
on 10.
10 on 10.
Script 9. It's good
9 on
script.
10.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice stories. Good backstories. I mean,
Very evocative of the games. You know, they've done a great job of bringing
very
the
evocative.
games to the screen.
And I've never played the games, but I could see the game vibe. I could see the game, and I watched a little short today with.
We'll acknowledge that comment. You carry on, Jimmy. We'll acknowledge that in a minute.
Well, I was just going to say the creator of Fallout. I watched his thoughts on the show, and he loved it.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
absolutely loved it. He thought it was brilliant. He thought it really felt like a Fallout game in a TV show. Like it stuck with the comedy and the seriousness and the tone he felt. So that's high praise when the creator of the game is saying that.
So, for those listening to the show, Miss Phoenix has said the Fallout series is better than The Last of Us. There, I said it.
Right.
Full caps.
I didn't see The Last of Us. I haven't seen that.
You should. You really should. I
sure
wouldn't agree. I wouldn't agree with Miss Phoenix there. I wouldn't. But you know, opinions are like bumholes. Everyone has one. And God bless her. She's come out with that one. So yeah, it's fair. It's fair. So
you didn't finish the rest of that saying.
Is there more to it?
Yeah, opinions are like arseholes. Everyone has them, and they all stink.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know. No.
Well, it's just that they're like arseholes. Everyone has one. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
I thought that's where the saying. That's where it ended. Jimmy will agree with me. Of course he will. Of course he will.
Miss Phoenix also put something about food. Just to go back, nothing exciting. My food.
Wrong comment.
You're going to go.
The Gould has Gould business to attend to, says Phoenix. But she also says, going back to our question for the chat, nothing exciting in my food, but my brother had a blade in his toy Thomas the Tank Engine. Wow. That's right up there for probably Watchdog, isn't it? To look into.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Horrendous. Well, Stu, I'm a little bit sad that you are not loving Fallout as much as I thought you would, but I get that because we do disagree on stuff quite a bit. So I can understand why you might not like it. But I'm glad you're sticking with it. And anyone out there, I'd say get involved. And if you don't like it after episode 1, you're probably not going to like it. Episode 1 gives you the whole tone and feel and vibe.
Very much so. Yeah.
Well, and episode 2, because you need to get some of the Gould involved. Watch 1 and 2. If you're not in,
chuck it in the bin.
But yeah, that's what we say here at the Renaissance Men. If you're not
we do now.
Chuck it in the bin. So, Stu, X-Men.
Yeah, let's
if we go from mutants from Fallout to mutants.
We did this last week, I think.
Yeah, no, same segue.
Another segue heavy show. From Ghouls to Mutants, or Mutants to Mutants, X-Men 97. Oh my God, this is incredible.
Yes, man.
Absolutely
I'm up to date
incredible.
As well.
If I could award it an award, this has been my favorite show of the year. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Did I mention it's incredible?
It is really good, isn't it? It's very adult. It's much more adult than I thought it was going to be.
Very.
Because I went back and watched some of the older ones, and I was like, this isn't as good as I remember it.
Dated, isn't it?
Yeah, and then this kicks off, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Do you know where it got me? It was the first, say, 4 or 5 episodes were great. You know, really kind of evocative, and it felt like they were being lots of nostalgic nods. It felt like it was trying to I don't know what I'm trying to say. Bear with me.
Was it just trying to like entice you with member berries, that sort of thing?
Yes, but the moment it changed, and I thought, oh my God, it's gone another level. It's taken it amazing. Is the the massacre of
Geonosis? No, was it Geonosis?
That's Star Wars.
No, but it's called.
What is it called? Chat Phoenix, help us out. What is the mutant place called?
Genosha. Genosha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Geonosis.
I was very close. No, I was very close.
There you were.
Genosha.
Very good. Yeah, because that was very adult in nature. Just the themes around that I was talking about, like just mass genocide. Yeah, and that's where it kind of went another level for me in just how they were telling a very adult story, but doing it very well. Yeah, and it's kind of continued that level of quality going into the next episode. We've just had the first episode of a 3-part finale. Do you know, part of me, I've seen various theories about this online. I would love it if they somehow tied it into Deadpool and Wolverine. I really would love that. I don't,
Right.
because there's a lot. They're throwing in some elements of time traveling. I know that time travel has always been a thing in the X-Men, and in the cartoon particularly. But I don't know. I would love it if the final episode has someone from the TVA coming in and just taking Wolverine out. And that the Wolverine we have in X-Men 97 is Wolverine in Deadpool, but that's probably
an interesting idea.
Fantasy booking that, but that's never going to happen. But that would be great.
It could do. You never know. Well, you don't know.
I
You
don't
don't know. But it's been wonderful having a lot of the old cast are back, aren't they? They're not all back. I did check them out because I guess some of them have died. Like Magneto and Xavier aren't the original actors, are
they not?
I'm pretty sure. When I looked on IMDb, they looked too young to be the original.
Is that where you were going? But that's your research.
No, and I did look at what else they had done, Stu. I didn't just look at a photo and make a judgment.
Well, that's what it sounded like. No, that's far too young.
No, I did look into it, and they're definitely not the people who did it.
Okay.
But there's been some very dark stuff in it. I loved the bit with Rogue. Rogue has gone rogue, hasn't she? She's gone off the handle. We've had some cameos in it from
Ross. Yeah, man.
General Ross, Captain America, Spider-Man, yeah.
They confirmed was the Spider-Man from the Spider-Man animated show. So
did they?
They'll do some new ones of those.
But what animated show?
From the 90s.
Oh, the cool one with the cool guitar riff. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, they confirmed that. Did they? How'd they confirm that? What? Just someone said
it. Someone on Twitter said it.
Yeah.
No, the creators of X-Men 97 said, yeah, that's the one.
Right. Nice. Well, it's been wonderful.
Can you not see me?
Yeah, you just froze for a second on my screen. It's been wonderful, and check it out. If you enjoyed it as a kid, you'll really like this, because as we said last week, it's still doing that thing where it feels like it's for the kids who have grown up now, doesn't it?
Yeah. As Phoenix says, can't help but boogie out to the opening tune, and it's doing that thing, and it is appealing to those who grew up with the original show, as Jimmy just said.
And they haven't done what a lot of because films and TV and stuff is all about bringing back the old actors, isn't it? That's what everything's doing. Batman bringing back Keaton, Maguire and Garfield, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, bringing back all those people from the past who we want to see again. And Indiana Jones, and a lot of the films are destroying those characters by making them weak, feeble, old shits. Whereas this is just managing to carry on from where they are, and they're still awesome. Magneto's awesome. He's never been more ripped, has he?
I know.
Lovely shots of Magneto in his pants.
Motherfucker, isn't he? His black pants.
Yeah. I'd like to see them bring that Magneto into real world and have McKellen playing him, but CGI ripped McKellen.
In black briefs, nothing more. He'd probably agree to that, I think.
Oh, yes, you would.
That
was my McKellen.
Okay. It sounded a bit...
Frodo. That's how he speaks.
Okay. Kenneth Williams.
You shall not pass.
Who makes
That's him. I've met McKellen. Told you, no.
You did, yeah. Fantastic show. Looking forward to seeing where it goes, and kind of where it if it plays any bigger part if it plays any part in the MCU and the wider Marvel universe.
Oh, it's going to be great. There's some good comments from Phoenix. If you can go back before you bring up the later ones, going from just can't help the Doom and Spidey. She said Doom was in it, wasn't he? Dr. Doom.
He was in it briefly. Yep. And Zemo.
Yep. Where did Juggernaut come from? That was Morph.
Apparently so.
That was Morph because now Morph can use the powers of the people he turns into.
Yeah, with the little brown clay.
Yeah, Tony Hart's thing. It's a bit weird that he can do that because he didn't used to be able to do that.
No, but but I haven't seen the whole series. So I wonder if that was. I wonder if because he had dealings with Mr. Sinister, didn't he? I wonder if Mr. Sinister changed his DNA or something.
Good point. But he's now technically he could just be like Miss Marvel and be Captain Marvel, be super tough.
Yep.
And then she realised it was Morph. She did say that afterwards.
Yeah. She would have chosen Fassbender in Pants, but Jimmy wants Ian
McCallum.
Yeah. Thou shalt not pass.
I love it. But yeah, check it out, Stu. Stick with it. Keep going. Catch up. Usually it's me that's got to catch up, but it's really you at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I do one more thing? Because it segues in lovely.
Yeah. Segue for me. If you're going to actually do a good segue.
I am going to do segue. Speaking of X-Men 97, something else that came out in 97. That do?
Yes. Perfect.
And I don't know why I watched it. I don't know why I watched this. I just saw it on Prime. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to bloody watch this. I haven't seen it since probably 1998. And that is Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
Yes.
Why? I don't know, but I was expecting it to be a tough watch, but by Jove, it still holds up. I'm telling you, it still holds up. It's still amazing. But first, Jimmy, what are your thoughts? I seem to remember you liking it.
Who didn't like Austin Powers when it came out? It was quite literally shagadelic, but it was wonderful when it came. Everyone loved it. It was huge, wasn't it, Austin Powers? And then the second one came out. What was the second one called?
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
The Spy Who Shagged Me, a very creative title. And then you had Goldmember, the third one. I remember the third one wasn't as good, but it did have Michael Caine in it, the third one, didn't it? Or was that the second one?
And Beyonce, of course.
Yeah.
Was in the third one.
But Michael Caine playing his dad was great. I'd happily watch him again.
Mate, go watch Austin Powers because it is still funny. You know where the gags are coming. I mean, that's the thing with it. You watch Austin Powers and you just look. I was watching it thinking, oh my God, just like the amount of things from this film. Sorry about the choppy nature of this video. The amount of things from this film that just kind of entered the planet's vocabulary. It's crazy. You know,
what like? Shagadelic?
Shagadelic, yeah, baby. Just everything. It was everywhere, wasn't it? And it was, I think it's easy to forget what a phenomenon this film was.
Oh, yeah.
It's Hurley, absolutely fucking terrible in it, I have to say. But still, Mike Myers doing Mike Myers stuff. Very funny. Yeah. Neil says, every time I do a long pee, I think Austin Powers. Cracking scene. Yeah, absolutely cracking scene when he's evacuating from his cryostasis and just going for a really long piss. Yeah. The Swedish penis pump gags that are littered throughout. Mwah! Absolutely fabulous. Lemon sherbet. Yeah. All the classics. Lemon
Sometimes
sherbet.
it is good to go back and watch some of these older films and enjoy yourself, isn't it?
Austin Powers is beating up women because they look ugly. They look mannish.
Well, talking of that, Stu, I just watched the IT Crowd. I just rewatched the IT Crowd.
Yes.
On Channel 4, they've taken out the episode where Douglas has a fight with the woman who used to be a man.
No.
They've taken that whole episode off.
PC gone mad, Jimmy.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, the U-turning of the car in a small corridor.
No one can turn their car around in a small space and not think of that. I definitely do that a lot.
Oh, I'm going to do an Austin Powers here. Oh, yep. Yeah. Fabulous. I actually think the second film is the superior one because you introduce Mini-Me, and I think Dr. Evil just becomes a far better character in the second Austin Powers film.
I look forward to hearing your review of that.
I'm going all the way. I'm doing the trilogy. Let's do it. Who's with me? Let's watch Austin Powers again. Oh, amazing.
Oh, Well, Stu,
Yeah.
talking about bringing things back to life from the past.
Yes.
I watched a movie this week, which I've wanted to watch for a long time.
Oh, nice segue, Jimmy the Saint.
Thanks. And I watched Jurassic World Dominion, the latest, even though it came out maybe about a year ago, installment in the Jurassic Park franchise.
Yeah.
And this was the one where they brought everyone back. So in the previous one, they brought Jeff Goldblum back, and people was like, "Yay, Jeff Goldblum's back!" I remember watching half of that film and checking out, and I was just like, "This is dreadful." This one is so bad. This have you seen it?
I have. It's a mess.
Oh, it's an absolute
what
mess.
the hell they're doing.
Chris Pratt survives a airplane crash and just gets out, and he's fine. He's fine. Everyone seems to have this special power now where they can calm a dinosaur down by doing that. They're all doing that. It all calms them down.
Like bloody Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, there he goes, doing the magic power.
Yeah.
This girl was a clone. I guess that came out in the previous film, I guess. It was lovely seeing. Oh, he makes a promise to that dinosaur that he'll bring the dinosaur's baby back. So he has to stick to that. There was loads of stuff in one release that was cut from the theatrical release as well. Like that bit with the T-Rex at the theater, that was cut. Loads of bits were cut, and you didn't actually get to see the dinosaurs in the real world a lot, which I thought was the selling point of this. I loved seeing Laura Dern and Sam Neill back, and Jeff Goldblum back. I did enjoy those bits. They brought back Dodgson from the first movie, didn't they? We've got Dodgson, but it's a different actor because that actor was a paedophile, so they had to get a different. Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm sure we spoke about this the other week. Actually,
I think that's when we spoke about Beetlejuice. They're rife. They're everywhere.
They are.
But yes, they brought him back for no good reason. And he runs a like Apple type company, doesn't he? Where they're making giant cockroaches.
That's the thing.
No. Yep. Giant, not cockroaches. Crickets.
Locusts. That's the plot. That's the plot.
The main plot is there's a guy making big locusts that nearly kill some kids at the start, but you don't see the kids again. But the mum goes, yeah, they're fine. I guess they'd run out of their daily amount of hours that the kids were allowed to work, so they couldn't film it anymore. So they're trying to find out this plot about the locusts, what's going on. But you don't really find out why they've made these locusts. And then they try and kill them by setting them on fire, but they escape all on fire. And all of the dinosaurs now just aren't scary. All of the, like, none of them know how to react to the dinosaurs like they could in the first one. You know, those terrified children when the raptors are jumping around the kitchen, or, you know, when they're trying to climb fences, you really felt the tension. I think I saw it 3 times in the cinema. Q was round the cinema.
If I could just say, I think the biggest mistake they've made is they made the dinosaurs characters in their own right. You know, as soon as they introduced Blue and they had the concept of Rexy, you know, the original T-Rex that kind of has been then dotted throughout the whole franchise and made the dinosaurs characters, they made them less scary, as you said.
Yes, they were. Yeah, at the end, there's a fight. We don't want to do any spoilers. There's a fight with 3 dinosaurs. The T-Rex, who feels more like Godzilla or something, and King Kong. It feels like that sort of, as you say, personality, and a dinosaur with like Wolverine claws. And they're running underneath the dinosaurs, dodging underneath these massive dinosaurs. Like, you wouldn't be able to run underneath a dinosaur. Like, it moving would just squash you. It would crush you. The dinosaurs would wipe you out in seconds. And these 9 people, or 9 or 7 or whatever, they're all escaping. They're climbing up ladders away from the things. And the dinosaurs are like, ugh, where is it? Oh, there they are. And you're like, no, that's not how animals move. Like, have you ever seen a lion or a gorilla going for a person? Like, they just go for them. Oh, it's so bad. And as I said, it was nice seeing the 3 originals, but crap, putrefying dribble, rubbish.
Yeah, it was awful. But Benjamin loved it. And I think that's probably the audience they were going for. You know, kids who are easily wooed by the the dinosaur with Wolverine claws and think,
Well,
oh, I'd love a toy of that. That's
yeah,
what
that's
these.
true.
That's who these.
Well, I think
films
we've got
are aimed
that.
at.
We've got that toy.
Yeah,
I've just realised we have
them
got
all,
that
Jimmy.
toy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they got me.
They got
They
you.
got me. They got the money they wanted out of
Got
me.
the Saints.
I even rented it. on Prime, standard definition, £2.50.
Lovely.
Kids don't notice the difference with SD and HD. Saving a quid. But the 3 kids who I chose out of the 100 to watch it with me,
Yeah.
2 of them barely paid any attention to it, and one of them is obsessed with dinosaurs. And him and one of the others were like, I'm not having this. And they just fought all the way through it. The littlest one watched it with me, which was bizarre that he managed to do that, because it was so bad. It was weird. I mean, compared to something like Kong versus Godzilla, Kong Godzilla X or whatever, X Godzilla, that which was amazing, which is obviously for kids and schlock. This was just absolute crap. So bad.
Yeah, it was. I wholeheartedly agree, Jimmy. Wholeheartedly agree. But saying that, I do have hope for the next one they're going to do. If Scarlett Johansson's going to be in it and Gareth Edwards is going to direct it, that gives me some hope.
Who's Gareth Edwards?
Rogue One, the original Godzilla film they did. The first film in the MonsterVerse. So it could be good. Could.
Do you know what? Get one dinosaur and have them in one location.
Make Jaws with dino.
Yeah, make Jaws or Alien, the first Alien movie.
Yeah.
You need to make one dinosaur scary. Mm-hmm. There was one point she released the Ultra Raptors or whatever she was called, that like attractive Asian woman who would put a laser pen on people and the dinosaurs would know that's who they had to kill.
Yeah.
And they just kept hunting the person that the laser pen had pointed at. No, you don't. That doesn't make sense. I get it if you just kept the laser pen on them, like you would get a cat to chase it. But once the laser pen had pointed at it, then they went, "Oh, that's the person I'm going to kill. I'm not going to stop. I've killed him." It's like, how do you program that into someone?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of any of the the militarization of dinosaur themes that they try to throw into Jurassic World. You're right. I just want disaster films. Just make one scary dinosaur and throw some humans in there.
One dinosaur in a building like Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yep. Dino Hard.
Yes, there it is.
Dino
That's
Hard.
why the people come to see you, Stu. Dino Hard. Anyway, Stu, that's enough about that.
Yeah.
Film. Segue us into something else.
Well, you could say that the production company for the Jurassic Park franchise are up shit creek without a paddle. Jimmy, you've been watching Schitt's Creek.
I have been watching Schitt's Creek for the second time. I watched that a couple of years back. The powerhouse comedy drama, I guess you could call it, by Eugene Levy and his son Daniel Levy in real life, starring Eugene Levy and Daniel Levy.
It's all new.
Oh, really?
I've wanted
Catherine,
to, yes, because of the cast.
Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
And the girl that plays Alexis, and I can't remember her name. That's embarrassing. Can't remember her name. They are a family who are very, very rich, multi-millionaires. He ran a video store franchise like Blockbusters called Rose's Video. His wife, Catherine O'Hara, was a daytime like awful soap star.
Annie Murphy is
Annie Murphy. Thank you.
Not Eddie Murphy. Annie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. There she is. Annie Murphy. And the only thing they've got left, because he gets screwed over by his accountant, takes all his money. The only thing they have left is a town, or a little town, which he bought for his son for a joke, because he thought it would be funny to buy him this town. And the town's called Schitt's Creek. You've also got your man in it from There's Something About Mary and stuff. And I can't remember his name. His name will probably come up in a minute. He plays the mayor of Schitt's Creek.
Chris Elliott.
Yeah, Chris Elliott. His name is... There he is, Chris Elliott. His name is Roland Shit. And every time he introduces himself, I laugh. Can't help it. Rolling shit. The way he says it is rolling shit. You know, it's fucking brilliant.
That's a good gag.
Great. And this time round, I didn't get it the first time round I watched it. His wife is called Jocelyn shit, and I was like, Jocelyn shit. I didn't get it before. He also mentions his granddad at one point, and he's got another name that works. It's a really lovely show. It's heartfelt. It's well written. It's about this family who, the girl was always off traveling and always dating different celebrities. All these celebrities get name dropped, who she's dated, Tom Hardy and all these people. And the son was always off running art galleries, putting on exhibitions, which he didn't know his parents funded and paid for people to go and all that stuff. Very estranged from each other. They're not loving at all. They thought they were happy, They have to move to this little motel, sharing rooms, and as the story goes on, they bond as this family. It's just a lovely show. 27 minutes an episode. It's on Netflix now. There's 6 seasons, and then there's a documentary that's 45 minutes long that you have to watch at the end. That just sort of wraps everything up. It's a really good show. If anyone hasn't watched Schitt's Creek, get involved. Very funny, very sweet.
Oh, nice.
Makes you feel good about yourself.
Love it. Sounds really good. I love a comedy with a bit of heart.
It's certainly got plenty of that. And Stu, talking about being up Schitt's Creek without a paddle as well. Use that segue again.
Schitt's Creek, Jimmy.
Is it Colchester?
Oh, I thought you were going to segue to something else, but yeah, let's talk Colchester, Jimmy.
It's a nerdy podcast, but we do a bit of football.
We do, because this channel is all about talking about stuff we're passionate about, and one of my biggest passions that I don't really talk about much on here is Colchester United and my love of the club. We spoke back in January. We've had a turbulent season. It's been tough. We've been through 3 managers. I was so positive at the start of the season. Sacked our first manager because he couldn't get the wins, and then we brought in someone internally who was just shit. And then come Christmas time, we brought in the Cowley brothers, who we've mentioned before.
Oh, I remember you were so hyped.
Our saviours, amazing legacy at Lincoln City and Portsmouth and Huddersfield. I say amazing legacy, mainly at Lincoln, for taking them from from non-league into the league, leaving a good basis for that team for them to go into League One. And then I think they also had a really long FA Cup run one season as well. So they've got the management chops. They're now at Colchester. They took over when the team was struggling. I was hoping they'd have like an immediate impact. It would start getting loads of wins and would be comfortably safe come the end of the season, but it didn't transpire that way. Bless them, they made us harder to beat. But we just weren't getting the wins. We were getting a lot of draws and we weren't losing games, but we weren't winning them. So this kind of went on as the season went on, and I was going along every home game, and suffering as the rest of the Colchester fan base was. And it all came down to the last game of the season. We needed a point to stay up. That's all we needed.
Stu, did they find a paddle?
They found their paddle. I do have some footage from the final game. We'll probably get copyright struck for this, but who cares?
Just pause it every 10 seconds.
Yeah, we'll do. So there we go. It was 1-1 the final game. We needed a point. We were playing Crewe, who were pushing for playoffs. To be a playoff position. So both teams needed a point. So it would. Wow. It was advantageous for both teams to get a draw. There was a really uncomfortable moment at the very end of the game because Crewe equalised in the last few minutes, and then they just started passing the ball around the defence. Do you remember that Simpsons meme where I think Kent Brockman is commentating about a football game? And it's just saying like, the left back passes to the centre to the left back, and it's just like a really dull period of play. It was like that. They were just passing the ball amongst each other because both teams had got what they wanted.
So they were both So they were both okay.
Yeah, they both got what they wanted. So no one was challenging for the ball. They were just passing it amongst each other, just waiting for the clock to die out. I know.
How long did you have of that?
Only like 2-3 minutes, but it was still quite.
Oh,
fun.
okay. So it's the 92nd minute equaliser.
It was, yeah. It was the last minute equaliser for Crew. But yeah, we're safe. We ended up 22nd out of 24. So, but I have high hopes for the future. I mean, I say it's every season, every off season that next year will always be better. But I really do have hope for the next season because good managers. We need to kind of have a bit of a clear out of the playing staff and bring in some new players and just push on now. We can do it. Up the U's. Up the U's. That's
Up
my
the U's
segment. Up the U's. Up the good old white.
It's nice that you got a chance to mention it and speak out.
Yeah.
Speak out for Cole U. And speaking of speaking out, Stu.
Yeah.
I saw you put something in the comments about in the notes.
You're on fire.
About a certain cast speaking out about a certain movie.
Indeed. So this piqued my interest last week. I think this came out. I think the Blair Witch property, if you like, has been purchased by who is it? I think it might be Blumhouse now. Like
Blumhouse.
Yes.
Who are very good at making horror films, as I understand. They make them cheap and they make money, which is the way to make money in movies. Because now the film industry's gone insane.
Yeah.
Budgets are ridiculous for movies. No film should cost $300 million to make. That's an insane amount of money.
Indeed. Yeah.
Actors and CGI and all of that stuff. That's not what you need. And apparently what I've heard about Blumhouse is they're a company that really know how to make small scale stuff really enjoyable, like the good old days. And I mean, that would tie into Blair Witch because my God, how much did that film cost to make? Exactly. Do you know, Stu?
It cost, I want to say
like 10 grand or something.
Yeah,
like
it was something very insignificant. Does it say here? It doesn't say in the story. That's annoying. If it does, I'm missing it. So
no, that's okay. I can quickly look it up.
Oh, 60k, and that is at the crux of this story, actually, Jimmy. So thank you for raising that point.
Right.
So the original cast of the Blair Witch Project. So the three protagonists in that film who were in the woods and getting terrorized by this mythical force. And the reason I bring this up is I love the Blair Witch Project. It's one of my favorite horror films.
Do you?
Love it. Absolutely love it. So
I have watched it. I watched it during the day because I was too scared to watch it at night.
Bless your heart. There you go, Jimmy. John Simmons, Scale Modeler. Hello, John. Jim, I sent you that WWF bed sheets that I wanted.
All right, cheers, mate. Thanks.
So the story goes, the original stars of the Blair Witch Project have penned a letter to Lionsgate, who have gone into co-agreement with Blumhouse, whatever. And they're asking for more compensation for their work on the original film, as well as a meaningful consultation on future projects. As reported by Variety, Joshua Leonard, Michael Williams, and Ray Hance, formerly Heather Donahue. Ray, whatever.
Is someone transitioned? Is that someone who's transitioned?
Possibly.
Heather to Ray. Ray.
Heavens to Betsy.
Well, if it's a woman who's gone to a man,
yeah,
and she wanted to be called Ray, and everyone was like, Ray's not a cool name. No.
Ray.
I'll spell it REI. Don't worry.
Ray. Anyway,
Ray.
The three of them released a public statement in April to outline a list of requests for Lionsgate after the studio recently announced a partnership with Blumhouse for a new Blair Witch movie that would revive the horror franchise once again. They state, our film has now been rebooted twice. Both times were a disappointment from a fan box office critical perspective. The trio noted in their proposal, neither of these films were made with significant creative input from the original team. As the insiders who created the Blair Witch and have been listening to what fans love and want for 25 years, we are your single greatest yet thus far unutilized secret weapon. It's a fair point, I think. The group called on Lionsgate to provide them with retroactive and future residual payments equivalent to the sum that would have been allotted through SAG-AFTRA had we had proper union or legal representation when the film was made.
Too late, baby.
Yeah, I think they're on dicey ground there. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
They signed a contract to get paid what they got. I just looked. The film made 250 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I get what they're saying about, perhaps the studio should utilize them and maybe approach them with, as they say, meaningful consultation on any future Blair Witch reboot, sequel, prequel, toy, game, ride, escape room, etc.
Why? They're just actors.
Yeah, but
no offense to any actors out there,
but
you're nothing.
No, but they were because the size of the film. It was very very small production, wasn't it? Incredibly small production. So I think their contribution to that is, I think is magnified. So I think they do have a unique perspective that they should be tapped into when producing a future play. I think that's a fair for them to request.
I think they're just going for what I said earlier, where people just want the original cast back for stuff, don't they? For everything. So they'll probably they'll go, hey, new Blair Witch, the original cast are back. Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, and Laura Dern.
Yeah, get Ray in. Yeah.
But they can't ask for money. They can't ask for reparations. They were in the film. They signed a contract. They got paid what I was. It's unfortunate that they didn't get, more, but they obviously signed a contract that said that they wouldn't.
Yeah, contracts are a bitch, aren't they?
Hey man, I was in Bunnytown. I'm part of Disney, but I don't get extra money. I got my 280 quid, and that's me done. 280, 380, oh, same.
Nice. We're talking about horror films.
Yeah.
And some more horror film news that I've got for you is, and this is quite interesting. Horror maestro Mike Flanagan is in talks to direct the next Exorcist movie.
Interesting.
I thought this has potential.
Now they brought out a new Exorcist movie recently.
They did, and I hear it's rather good.
Well, it's
grapevine.
It's in that Exorcist world, isn't it? Because there's so many Exorcist movies that get brought out. The Exorcism of so and so and so. But as far as I understand, there's Exorcist 1, 2. I think there's a third.
Yeah.
And then anything else after that is not that. It's not canon. Not canon. Yeah. Apart from the most recent one with the two little girls, and there was a little white girl and the little black girl, and the trailers made it look quite good. I didn't watch it, obviously, because I don't watch horror movies.
No.
And this is another one. I guess maybe it did quite well, that Exorcist movie. So they're going, right, let's go again. Because we haven't got any original ideas. Let's go again.
But let's bring in Mike Flanagan, who has, he has a good pedigree with horror stuff, particularly on Netflix. He did the Haunting of Hill House. What is it called? That one.
The one with the TV show.
Yeah, all the Netflix horror TV shows, all the hits.
Live Manor.
That one
of them?
Yeah, that one. What's the one that was set on Mersey Island almost?
Yeah. Wasn't that called like 1964 or something? Or was that something else?
I can't remember. But he's got chops. He's got directing directing chops.
The Haunting of House Hill.
Whatever. That one.
I enjoyed that one.
It was good. I think they've all been pretty good.
That's the only one I watched.
But anyway, according to Deadline, Flanagan's head could spin towards the Exorcist franchise.
Nicely done.
Yeah, after being tapped to take on the next installment. If he accepts, Flanagan will pick up the reins from David Gordon Green, who directed The Exorcist Believer, the first in a planned trilogy of movies based on William Friedkin's 1973 horror classic. Green stepped away from helming the sequel in January, at which point the movie also lost its April 2025 release date. Reports indicated that Green wanted to prioritize other projects after working on Believer, which underperformed at the box office and received mixed reviews from critics. I've just been playing it up, saying it was good. Shows what I know. Yeah, so Flanagan has delivered his fair share of scares over the years, having directed several films and TV shows in the horror genre, including Oculus, Hush. I liked Gerald's Game. That was good. I did Doctor Sleep.
Interesting.
The,
Shining sequel. Never
yeah,
watched that.
Yeah. He also created, wrote, produced, and served as showrunner on the Netflix series The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight
Midnight
Mass,
Mass.
The Midnight Club, and more recently, The Fall of the House of Usher, which I haven't seen, so I don't know about that.
Wonderful singer.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, that could be one to look out for if Flanagan does go to Flanagan with The Exorcist. Could be horror synergy.
Well, I love canon. I'm a
Mm.
big fan of canon, so I like it when things
love
link. You love lore, I love lore. We all love lore.
Yeah.
When things link, so I like watching documentaries about horror films because then I learn all about them and I get the gist, and I don't actually have to watch the film.
Speaking of horror, Phoenix is not a fan of dolls and possessed children.
Well, Stu, I'd say who is a fan of possessed children?
Hate them. We all hate them. I hate normal children.
I mean, does she mean in movies or does she mean in real life?
It's interesting. Never met a doll I would love.
I nearly put on a documentary the other day, which was all about the Chucky movies.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of the guy who voices Chucky. I'm an even bigger fan of the woman who voices the bride of Chucky. What's her name now?
What is her name?
I don't know, but she speaks like this. What's her name? She's amazing. She's in Modern Family and she's in an episode of Frasier.
Hello, Dave.
Hello. Okay, I'm lactose intolerant. What's her name? She's in
She was in Bound. They were in Bound. An amazing film.
Yeah, in Bound. Gina Gersher and Meg Tilly.
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly or Meg Tilly? She's one of the Tillys.
She's a Tilly. Wasn't one of the Tots TV called Tilly?
Doesn't matter.
No.
Crack on.
Just
well,
dolls.
There we go. The Exorcist. It's coming. Another one. Even though the other one didn't do that well,
Apparently.
they're gonna flog that dead horse and see if they can squeeze a bit more money out of it. And Stu, speaking of flogging a dead horse, I'm up to date on Star Trek Discovery season 5. The final installment of Star Trek Discovery. It's the 5th season. It's it's been cancelled. It's and they are really going out on a massive low. it is so bad. I made myself a lovely dinner last night. I went for a run, Stu. I ran 6.5 miles, and then I made myself a sweet chili and garlic pork with rice and broccoli and peppers. It was delicious. And I sat down ready to watch this episode.
What's going on? I thought I'd put on the Mike Flanagan horror thing again, but what is this? It's really dark.
Yeah, because there was dust everywhere on the planet. This was episode 6 of series 5, so we're over halfway through, and they gave us a lovely filler episode. A filler episode in a 10-part season. They thought they'd do a filler. Now, there was a planet. Right, at the moment, each episode is they have to find something. They're trying to find 5 things to make up a thing to find something else. That's honestly what they're doing.
MacGuffins.
So this was MacGuffin episode 6. To find it, they had to go to this planet where the people of this planet are not capable of warp. So the way that it works in Star Trek is they're not allowed to reveal themselves to any planets who haven't discovered warp speed yet.
Yes.
So that's
sounds familiar.
That's the prime directive.
Of course.
That's the big thing they stick to it.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to expose themselves to planets who haven't who are allowed to expose themselves to planets. Galactus, I bet he does it. So they're going down to this planet because one of the MacGuffins is there. Part of the big MacGuffin is there. They know they've got to go in secret and pretend to be the people. So 2 of them go down there. The captain, for no good reason, because as we all know, Stu, the captain's not supposed to go on away missions. The first officer's supposed to go on away missions. The captain's supposed to be on the bridge.
It's a big problem.
Every away mission, Captain Michael Burnham has to go on every one. And she goes with Tilly, who is the character who I've mentioned.
Yes,
I despise.
the annoying one.
The annoying one. Now, they get down there. They find out there's this tribe of people. They are struggling because there's no rain, and the rain gets rid of the dust. And thousands of years ago, the Denobulans put some technology on there that makes it rain. They don't know it's technology. The people live there. They think it's gods, so they have to worship these gods. The technology's broken, so they're going to go and try and fix it, right? But you're only allowed to go into this building if you compete in this challenge with this tribe of people, right? The challenge is a running race, Stu. Right? All the things you could come up with, like mazes or riddles or anything. It's a running race.
Sports day. Yeah.
Now, you've got Captain, but can you bring up Burnham and Tilly?
Yes.
Please?
How would one do that? Is that on? Was it?
Well, just Google Burnham and Tilly.
Okay.
Right?
Burnham and Tilly.
Yeah, and just get an image of them next to each other. Get Tilly most recent, and by recent I mean sounds harsh, but her largest. So they go down. For some reason, Michael takes Tilly, who is not security officer. She's not a science. I don't think she's a science officer. Most recently she's been teaching at the academy, and I don't even know what she's been teaching. Okay, that's a decent picture. That's better. A running race, Stu.
Mm-hmm.
And at the start of the race, everyone lines up and they get given like a pill that makes them instantly dehydrated. And they have to do this running race, and there's bowls of water everywhere. And you have to not get tempted to drink the water. If you drink the water, you're out the race. And they're doing this race. No, bring both Michael and Tilly up. Bring up a better image of both of them.
I can't get one of them both.
Just this goes back to your Googling skills of not being able to Google images of Michael Burnham and Tilly Discovery. Okay, so there they are together. Okay, Stu, I don't mean to put any assumptions out there, but who do you think would be the better runner, the most athletic out of this very athletic woman on the left and this rather curvy woman?
I'm abstaining from this.
Seriously? Stu, I know what you're suggesting. You're suggesting I'm talking skin color, but I'm not. I'm talking
I know.
This really athletic woman compared to
Okay, yes. If you want my answer, okay, yes. The other one would win.
Right. They're up against about 10 other people from this tribe. Guess who wins the race, Stu? Guess who wins the race?
Yeah.
Tilly wins the race, Stu.
Yeah. Tilly.
Now, look, I'm a runner. I do a lot of running, and you can never tell who's going to be a good jogger, right? But she's not, Stu. She runs like this. She wins this fucking race, and it's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. And again, the virtue signaling is a joke. Like at the start, Michael's telling Tilly about how great this culture is down there. She goes, they've even recognized 3 genders.
Wait, why is her name Michael, by the way? That was massively confusing for me.
Why do you think, Stu?
I don't know.
This is the world we live in. Hey,
Yeah.
Of course she can be called Michael.
Big Mike. Why are you calling him Michael?
No one calls her Mike, interestingly enough.
That's why I was struggling with the Googling, because I was looking for a picture of Tilly and a man.
No, that's Michael Burnham.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm just saying that's why my Googling suffered.
And don't think that straight away from the start, people were like, it's such an intentional thing. Do you know what I mean? Like giving her that name, and she talks about these 3 genders. Oh, they've got 3 genders. That's how enlightened they are. They've got 3 genders. They're rolling around in dust and sacrificing people. You find out
And they are.
that the people who win get sacrificed in the tower for no good reason because of the gods. But they're very enlightened because they've got 3 genders. But I'm watching all of these people. You don't see another gender. You see a man, you see a woman, but you don't see a third one, Stu. You don't see it.
No, this sounds really bad.
It was dreadful.
It's like are they just throwing shit on a wall at this point? Just seem, oh fuck it, we know it's ending. Let's just.
No, they're trying. They're trying still. They're just. There's no one good. I don't think there's anyone good working over there. Acting wise, they're all good actors, but they cry in every episode again. I mean, every episode they're crying again, and it's just. I told you about the captain they brought over, who was like very regimented and did his job, and they're slowly bringing him to their way of thinking that emotions are best. It's all best to be emotional and all cuddly and all friendly on the bridge of a starship when seconds count, to make decisions. It's just absolute dross. And there is a concern for me at the moment because there's talk of Star Trek Academy coming out, a TV show.
Yes.
And Tilly works at Starfleet as a teacher. And during this episode, she said to Michael, you'd be a lot of help down at the academy. And she went, don't tempt me. And I was like, don't tempt her. Don't tempt any of you because you're all awful and boring and crap at your job. It's very, very worrying. And what happens afterwards, Stu, is I watch as many reviews as I can to sort of go, am I missing something? Am I that horrible white middle-aged man on YouTube with a beard and glasses complaining about stuff? So I try and watch a lot of other reviewers, and lots of people just slamming it. A couple of people though who love it.
Weird.
But the things they mention that they love is not. They'll go, I watch a guy give ups and downs. He's with Trek culture, Irish guy, and he's like, Michael and Tilly had a hug. Let's give that an up. Why is that an up? What he gives up for really shit things.
Yeah.
But it's quite. They had eye tricorders. So instead of having their tricorders, they've got things in their eye now, and it just goes blue, and they can scan sort of things. And there's a few of the reviewers complaining because they're like, "We're fans. We like toys. We want tricorders. We want to look like them. We don't want just an eye." But then the Irish fella's like, "Tricorder in the eye. Give that an up." Like, wow, what the fuck are you talking about? Actually, talk about the script and the story and the
substance.
Shit. Yeah, the substance of it. There he is.
Come, Benj.
I thought it was Tilly.
Hello, mate. Oh, let's cover that up. We don't want people to see where you go to school, do we? Hello.
Big man.
Curry.
You've been eating a curry.
Oh, I could go curry.
Did you have to come in with your mouth full? You all right then, mate? Why your lips are blue? Why are your lips blue? You all right?
Blue curry.
Oh, for goodness sake. Right, love you. Bye. Off you go. Have you seen what's in your bedroom, by the way?
Yeah.
More curry.
Bye. Sorry, Jimmy.
That's okay. So anyway, it's the last season. I'm going to watch it all. I'm not going to not watch it because it's Star Trek and I've got to watch it.
But you say that, do you?
Yeah. I have to.
I think you're doing yourself. I think you're not doing yourself any favors. Just forcing your way through it.
I can't not. And I want it to be good. I want it to be good, and maybe they'll do something good. Maybe they will. Maybe they
won't,
will.
Jimmy. They won't, mate. They won't.
I enjoyed season 1, even though they did ruin the Klingons.
That was like what? That's 4 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Star Trek's in a bad place, isn't it?
Oh,
really bad.
And I'll tell you what they did do. Last week, the week before last, they did a time jumping episode. So Burnham and the new captain, who's now her second in command, they demoted him because he, really smashed that guy down. Were jumping through different parts of the show. So they're going to like earlier seasons.
Right.
I was like, okay, this could be kind of interesting. It wasn't. And they jumped to season 1.
Yeah.
And season 1 had Lorca, Captain Lorca, played by Jason Isaac. And they went, oh, we're hearing this was when Lorca's in charge. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to get Captain Lorca. Lovely, because Jason Isaac was awesome in it. And they're like, beep, 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 oh, okay. Lorca and Saru are off on an away mission at the moment. Who's on charge on the bridge? Oh, that actress who we killed off, who was part robot, and we didn't really know what she was. We killed her off, but we could get her for SAG minimum. Let's go see her. And I was like, oh, we could. I thought we were getting Lorca back.
No chance.
No.
It's like going back to Austin Powers, where obviously Mike Myers plays both Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. Spoilers if you didn't know that. But in the first one, I guess because the budget is so low, whenever there's a scene of the both in, Dr. Evil, which always has his back turned to the camera, or smoke kind of covering his face.
Oh God! It wouldn't have surprised me if they would have done that. The back of Lorca's head.
Yeah.
It was really, and again in this week's episode, they mentioned the Denoblians, and everyone's every Trekkie's favorite Denoblian is from Star Trek Enterprise, the prequel series that they did with Scott Bakula, and the Dr. Flux was a Denoblian, and he was probably the best character in it. So I was like, oh, we're going to get some Denoblians. Nah, we just get this little tribe of people with dots on their head who like doing a running race.
That sounds like Star Trek to me. Denoblians.
Rubbish. Can't wait for this to end.
But do you feel better for inventing that? You've had that. You've had that in you for 2 weeks. I can feel it. You've had that in you, and you just want to get it out.
Yeah, it's just been building up. Whoa. I only watched this last night with my Chinese. That I was really excited about.
Well, we as we're in space, should we stay in space?
Yeah, please.
Because it is tomorrow is May the 4th. Star Wars Day, otherwise known as Star Wars Day, where Disney and all involved with Star Wars seem to love just pushing Star Wars and advertising new things for Star Wars and releasing new things for Star Wars on this day.
Sorry, Stu, can I just ask you to get Tilly off of my screen,
please? I forgot she was there. Absolutely forgot she was there. I'm so sorry. Thank you. So I've got three Star Wars stories for us, and I think that'll be a nice way to round off the Fortnight in Geek. I think is this some lovely Star Wars. We love Star Wars. We love Star Wars on this show.
We love Star Wars. We
also love Lego, Jimmy would say, and I've got some May the 4th Lego deals for you. So Lego make a massive thing of May the 4th. You know, they have a whole kind of, if you're a Lego Insider, which is their membership, if you like. So you go onto their website and become a Lego Insider. You get access to special deals, and there's a load of cracking deals on Star Wars themed Lego products at the moment for this.
Tell me about it, stud.
I will bring a stud. Love it. Right, here we go. Let's take a look at the whole splash screen for Star Wars May the 4th be with you day. That's a tongue twister. Right, so what we got? So we've got lots of deals. So where did I find these deals? Where were they? They've gone.
They're all gone. They were so good. They've all gone.
No. There must be some. Oh, fuck's sake! So sorry. Where were they? They were here somewhere.
Gifts with purchase.
Inside members. I wonder if it's this.
Yeah, there it is. Deals. Or these new?
Okay, well, so they also bring out some new sets around this time of year as well. So we've got some cracking new Lego sets for you. I do love. I think the TIE Interceptor is one of the big ones. 200 quid for that TIE Interceptor. I love these dioramas. I love that pod race diorama. I've got the Return of the Jedi diorama behind me. Droidica, that's a lovely little set. I love that. Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator. I love these brickheads. Phantom Menace brickheads. Some nice.
That's nice.
Which one?
The New Hope boarding.
Boarding the Tantive. Yeah, very nice. That is nice. And there, I believe there's a little mechanism on there which raises one of the minifigures, so you can have Vader like force choking him. Oh, lovely stuff.
That is nice.
That is nice. Oh, I'm so disappointed I can't find the deals. They genuinely were on there.
Were they good deals?
Yeah, we're talking like 80, 70, 80 quid off things.
Whoa.
Granted, the products were probably like £600 in the first place, so percentage-wise, it probably wasn't that high, but still, it was still a saving. What I also wanted to show you are the gifts with purchase that they always come out this time of year. So if you spend, I got some last year, if you spend a certain amount of money during this celebratory period that Lego have got, so if you spend over 150 quid or whatever, then you get a free Star Wars themed free gift. I can't find them either. There we go.
There we go.
No, it's fine. Gifts with purchase. Here we go. Yeah, so
that's good fun.
Trade Federation Troop Carrier. So this is for purchases over £145 or more.
Not bad.
You get a Trade Federation Troop Carrier. Phoenix is a big fan of the boarding Lego. It's a good set. I like that boarding Lego a lot. Yeah,
that was very cool.
For purchases over £80, you get a Luke's X-Wing
coin.
What is that?
Is that a coin?
Medallion? What is that? I don't know what that is. A unique collectible depicts the moment Darth Vader sets his sight on Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. Okay, yes, it looks like they do those things. I had I've got your best car keyring. That's what I got last year. So they do like. That's pretty rubbish, and you've got to spend over 35 quid for that. I must admit that's.
I could make that.
Yeah, I think Benj could make that. Yeah, that's not great. Last year it was an X-Wing, which is much better.
They're pushing the Phantom Menace stuff, I guess, because of it being in the cinemas.
Indeed, yeah. 25 years, Jimmy. I can't believe it's 25 years since the Phantom Menace came out.
Wow. I went with John Simmons scale modeler. I'll never forget it because I put my hand on his leg in excitement and he briskly hit it off.
Harsh.
John has a massive case of the not gaze, unfortunately.
Get off me! I'm not like that. Yeah, so
These are nice.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit of a disappointment there.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy. What else you got for me, Stu? Yeah. In other Star Wars news.
Oh, this will tickle your fancy, mate. This will tickle your fancy. This is right up your street. So Hasbro, they do I believe they do some retro styled figures. Well, they have done in the past.
I collect quite a few of them.
Well, Jimmy, they're doing episode 2 and episode 3 versions of them now.
Yes, because they brought out episode 1. They brought out a 6-pack.
Yeah, and they're doing more. Episode 2 and episode 3 multi-pack images. Let's have a look. Loving that Grievous.
Interesting.
Yeah. Jango Fett there for you.
Nice. I would get that.
I love the packaging. Really retro.
Yeah, that's it's nice.
They
tattered them as well, which people don't like them tattered. They go, "What? Don't tat?" Do you know what I mean? Like they're tattered around the corners.
Like fake tatter.
Yeah, fake tattered.
Really?
But what people do is they get them and they get the retro sticker off and they put a new thing on and they clean it all up so it looks like an actual case from the past. Yeah, people have got way too much time on their hands. I like the mace. I'm going to get the mace if I can. It's really hard. You can get Mon Mothma, but I can't get her anywhere. But they never released Mon Mothma as a figure, did they? And it was like she was like someone you need.
Yeah.
No, but Padme, take or leave.
Padme, Grievous.
He's a
Nice.
must, really, isn't he?
Where's it? Show me the pack. I want to see the pack. Why? What? I don't. Oh, fuck's sake! This is rubbish. That's Mace.
Mm-hmm. Do
More
you like
Mace.
their lightsabers as well?
Yeah.
It's all the one color, like me. So when they brought out Return of the Jedi Luke, he had like a green one like that.
Got ya. Is that it? So you got Mace, Padme, Grievous, and Django for the episode 2 ones. There's an Anakin. Got Anakin.
That's tempting.
Let's go back. Anakin. Don't look like him, but yeah.
What? It's good. I like it.
Come on.
Basically,
why are you showing me 30 images? For fuck's sake.
For anyone who
Clone Trooper.
For anyone who doesn't know, these are the 3 3/4 inch size, so that you can stand them next to your original figures, and they fit right in with your nerdy collection. Nice little clone trooper. That's nice.
Nice, good action. And more Django.
I like the Django.
Phoenix asks, how many Star Wars figures do you have, Jimmy? Can you put a number on it?
70, 80. But it's a mixture of the original ones. I've probably got about 30 to 40 of the originals. And then I've got quite a lot of these retro ones because I like these. Even like the ones for the Obi-Wan show, which I hated. They brought out the Grand Inquisitor and the brother and Reva, and they just look cool because they're like the originals.
Yeah.
And I got Mando retro, Boba Fett retro. So
it's a solid collection that you've got. It's pretty impressive.
And some Power of the Force stuff as well, which I quite liked.
So that's the double pack. You got the Attack of the Clones, which is your Mace, Django, and Padme. Revenge of the Sith, you got Anakin, Grievous, and a Clone Trooper. So yeah, it's not a bad little package.
It's going to be about 60 quid, isn't it? 60, 70 quid.
And say when it's out at all. Each figure measures 3.75 inches, as Jimmy says. Yeah, Star Wars Retro Collection Episode 2 and 3 multi-pack is priced at $60 and released in fall 2024. Exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. I guess I think that's their website, isn't it?
It's
be sold at the Disney Store and Disney Parks later in 2024.
If you go down, they also brought out the originals again. They re-released them, but they're slightly taller than the originals for some reason. But that's like cheating having them. You don't want them. Might as well buy the originals just loose.
Yeah, just realize you can't see what I'm clicking on. Let me just show that. Nope, that's not it either. Nope. Fucking hell. I'll get there in the end. I was trying to show you there we go. That's not what I want.
I've got him. I bought him the other day. Oh no, I didn't buy the 15 centimeter one. I bought a 3 3/4.
So sorry. That isn't what I was clicking on. Anyway,
that's fingering Dan.
Yeah. Dirty.
Or figuring. Miss Phoenix, if you do want to see any of my Star Wars or Star Trek collections, just go watch a lot of the unboxing videos on the Renaissance Men channel.
Yep.
Where I unbox a lot of them.
Yes. I did have some more May the 4th news, but it was Fortnite news. Do we really want Fortnite news? It was more. No, I won't bother with that. It's just a new. I won't bother. But yeah, they'll keep your eyes out tomorrow because there'll probably be more news. It's Star Wars Day. Happy Star Wars Day, people.
I reckon. We'll probably get a trailer, won't we? Do you reckon Acolyte or something? Not Acolyte. Skeleton Crew. Have they released that trailer yet? The Jude Law.
I don't think vehicle? They have. I think there's going to be some Acolyte footage included at the end of Phantom Menace, which I will see tomorrow. So happy days.
Oh, film it and leak it.
Okay, we'll do. Speaking of trailers, though, Jimmy the Saint, it is that time of the week where we come together and react to the latest trailer. Not so much the latest trailer in this one because Jimmy's been holding off. So yeah, well, that's just symptomatic of the show we run because we go fortnightly now. We've got to react when we can.
Yes, and I could have watched it up till now. I've sort of been putting it off for some reason. I don't know why. I was close to not going to watch it at all and just wait for the movie.
Right,
But
mate. Well, let's transition over to hot takes, and we'll talk about what we're going to react to. So join us after this. Whoa, hot takes. Here we go. So we're going to react to the Deadpool and Wolverine.
Maybe it's Wolverine.
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. I nearly said it again. Deadpool and Wolverine. This trailer came out a couple of weeks ago now. Jimmy's been staining.
Yep.
Abstaining.
Abstaining. Yeah. Abstaining.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Deadpool and Wolverine. It's Deadpool 3, isn't it? I can't wait for this movie. This is Marvel's big event. What's their only event for the year in the cinemas, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think a lot is riding on this. I really do.
I think the future of the MCU is riding on this.
Yeah. And I think it is both in the narrative as well. I think a lot is riding on Deadpool's shoulders. Can he save the MCU?
Yeah.
Who knows? But
the two Deadpool films have been great. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is great. You know,
what could go wrong?
People are loving bringing back characters, and I don't know who pops up in this trailer, but there's lots of theories about who's going to be in the movie. Yeah, I'm really excited. This is a definite cinema go for me. I've been saying that about a few things recently, and I haven't gone, but this is a must.
This will be a must, at the cinema. Yeah. This is Deadpool Wolverine. It's the official trailer, and the Renaissance Men will react to it now. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Build up.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Oh, the soundtrack is amazing.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even forest bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. But I can't.
Let's fucking go. How good is that? That was so good. So good.
Yes, that's very exciting. Was that Ant-Man?
Ant-Man's skull.
Yeah, but it was the skull. It glitched a little bit on mine.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
God.
The Ant-Man helmet comes up slightly. You see his skull underneath.
I can see that there in the picture still.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. And who was the bald person?
Oh God, that isn't that Charles's sister, I think, in the comics. What is her name? Fill us in the chat. Fill in the blanks. But yeah, I assume she will be the antagonist of the film. Yeah, I think it's isn't it Diana from the Crown, the actress that played Diana?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Or is it? It's actually Diana.
Diana. Yeah.
God, that did look. That was exciting. That was just exciting, and just seeing Wolverine back in his actual outfit in a Deadpool movie is enough, really, isn't it? Because the Wolverine movies, the first Wolverine movie, Origins, was fun but shit.
Yeah.
Wolverine 2, where he went to Japan, was pretty bad. Again, he's good. He manages to carry the movies because he's so good as Wolverine. Days of Future Past, where it was a Wolverine, heavy story, was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it was good.
And then obviously Logan was great, but this is badass Wolverine.
Emma Corrin, who's the actress, will be playing villain Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova.
Yeah. Sorry, dead air is a crime, but I need to read.
That's okay. You keep reading. There was less in it than I thought there was going to be. I thought they'd be throwing out a few cameos in there, like
they did them back, didn't they? Got to hold them back.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope they don't release any, because the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, they had the Patrick Swayze, the Patrick Stewart, the old Xavier twin. Interesting. When they had Patrick Stewart turn up in Multiverse, that was in the trailer. Yeah, they showed them.
I hated that.
Did you?
Yeah, and you will.
That was amazing. It was amazing. Obviously, we got Krasinski in that was a gift that kept giving. That film. I love Multiverse of Madness. I love that film. That's good. I'm really. When's it coming out? July. Did it say?
I don't know. When did it say?
There's a lot of time to release more trailers, and I don't want any more trailers for that. I don't want any more.
No, I think I'll be
happy to
watch it now. Yeah.
No more leaks.
No, it was in danger. There was loads of set photos, wasn't there?
Yes.
Which was in danger, which I avoided, but it was you're doing well if you're avoiding a lot of the spoilers in that film. I think.
I'll tell you who I would like to see back. Liev Schreiber's Sabretooth.
Yes.
He was excellent as Sabretooth. That was one of the best things about that film, that Wolverine film, was just him and Liev Schreiber. He was perfect. And I've heard rumors that he's going to be in this, but I've heard rumors like that everyone is going to be in this. Cyclops, both Magnetos, I've heard. Fantastic Four from the 90s. All the rumors are coming out, aren't they?
All the rumors, they're all there. Like, there was a lot of rumors with Multiverse of Madness, wasn't there? Oh yeah, Tom Cruise is going to be Tony Stark variant and all this.
I think they tried. I think they did try. I think they asked him to get Tom Cruise, but there was a reason he couldn't. I think it was just a reason he couldn't do it. It might have been money or Mission Impossible or something. There was a reason they couldn't get him. But if they're building up to a big, end game style thing, they need to get some people in who people like, don't they, soon? Because if I have to talk about the current superheroes, the stock we have, I don't care about any of them.
Yeah.
If we go through them, Stu, quickly, like the three women in the Marvels, don't care about any of them. I know you enjoyed the film, I didn't, but I don't care about Shang-Chi. Don't care about him.
Yeah.
The Guardians have gone. Thor, I'd like to see him turn up, but I've seen him a lot. You know, Captain America,
Spider-Man.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, it's going to be It's all about Spider-Man. I think that's.
I like
think
Spider-Man a lot.
I think that's who they'll go with. He'll be your Tony Stark going forward. I think. You know, he'll be that figurehead.
Do you reckon?
I think so. Yeah.
It's quite young to be that, though.
I think that's what they'll go with because I'm sure. No, I won't say anymore. But only from things I've heard that's the direction they're going. It will tie into this film as well, kind of where they go with, you know, the next Avengers, whatever it is.
Well, the Fantastic Four are coming, aren't they? We know who's been cast as Fantastic Four, but that's going to be set in the 70s or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So whether they're going to bring them forward in time, like they did with Captain America, like I guess they can do that, but
Scientology prevented him from being a billionaire scientist, says Miss Phoenix, alluding to Tom Cruise and his availability issues.
So we've got the Fantastic Four coming. I wouldn't mind. I'd like them to bring Venom over, but I don't think they're going to be able to. But apart from him, I wouldn't want anyone else from that Sony verse.
I do. You mentioned him. I do care. I do care about the new Captain America. You know, I think he, you know, he carries some weight. That character carries some weight.
He used to, for me. I really liked him before the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. I really liked him. We got Rhodey still, I guess. Don Cheadle, he's just come back, hasn't he? But again, it's not like your Thors and Iron Mans and Captain Americas and Scarlett Johanssons. We've got Doctor Strange still.
We do.
Who I still like. I don't know. It's hard because they did such a wonderful end game, didn't they? Which I love. It's one of my favorite films. I loved it so much.
Agreed.
Gets me every time, you know.
We were just listing superheroes there, weren't we? I think it was time to move on.
Yeah, but you know, the point I was getting at was like
there is the crop now coming through isn't as good as the crop we had.
No, not at all. So they need to bring some people from some other universes to make us like. I'd happily see the 1990s Mr. Fantastic come back.
I think the trouble they had, Jimmy, was because they were trying in the last five or so years, you know, post Endgame, they spread they spread themselves so thinly. We got like one. I don't know, one Thor film or one whatever. You know, there was just like a singular film or singular TV series thing. Back in the day, you had there was 3 Iron Man films before we got to the Endgame stuff. So they had time to develop the character and for us to grow and love them. But I don't feel we've had that with like the current. We've had it with Spider-Man and we've had it with Doctor Strange, and I think we naturally warm to those characters more because they've been on screen more.
Well, they built up to the first Avengers very well, didn't they?
They did.
We only got, I think, in the first Avengers we had 2 Iron Man films.
Yeah, but
Captain America, Thor.
I think it was the Avengers that improved those films, though. I don't think people particularly cared about those characters until the Avengers and they came together.
Yes, yeah. I would have liked a team up movie, at least. Which I guess we've got the Marvels, but you didn't really have I'd have rather have had Captain Marvel with Shang-Chi and fucking, I don't know, Abomination and oh god, no, but I think Disney are even trying to forget the Eternals. Because do you remember that giant celestial that came out of the earth like a chicken hatching out of an egg?
Yep. Still hasn't been mentioned.
That's just there. That's just there. And a celestial turned up at the end of that film, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's just going on. Who else turned up? Harry Styles as Thanos' brother. He turned up.
It's all there.
Yeah, sure. Harry Styles as Thanos' brother. Why not?
There we go. But Deadpool and Wolverine could go a long way to course correcting the MCU, I think.
That's what they need to do. They need to do
correct.
like what they said they were going to do with the Flash in the DC world, and they didn't.
Mm.
By the end of the Flash, we were none the wiser.
Yeah.
You still haven't seen the Flash yet, have you?
I haven't.
But it certainly doesn't clear anything up. It doesn't reset a timeline, and we go, okay, so this is who we've got now.
Poses more questions.
It poses more questions. Where what this Deadpool film could do is by the end of it, you go, okay, I understand this is the planet we're on, and these are the people in this world.
Not wait, Nicolas Cage? I want to see that.
I want that Superman film.
Yeah,
I want Nick now.
I know you do. Yeah.
I think it'd be great. When I heard about it, I was like, that would have been awful. And I still agree that film would have been awful. But Nicolas Cage now as Superman? Yes, please. I want that.
Jimmy was saying, speaking of things that fly, is it a bird? No. Is it a plane? It's a bird, because it's bird news.
Yes.
In our and finally segment after this. Bad news.
Right.
I'm bringing to you today, this evening, the highly fought after Seagull Screeching Championships. That's right.
I know it well. Enter every year.
Well, this is a highly fought after contest. If I can get it up, that is.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, here we go. Let me get the link. Copy link, paste. That's how computers work. Keeplaughingforever.com. Reputable source. Seagull what's all this shit on the side? I'm so sorry about this. Seagull Shenanigans Screeching Madness at the it's the European Championships. It's not quite the caliber of the World Championships.
Is that a child or a girl?
God knows. This website is awful. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go to the BBC News video for it. I think it will encapsulate exactly what the championships is all about.
Now listen to this.
Hold on.
Loud.
The sweet sound of the seaside. But believe it or not, what you just heard wasn't a seagull. No, it was in fact a 9-year-old boy from Chesterfield doing a seagull impression. Why, you may wonder? Well, he's been competing rather successfully in the girl screeching competition, European competition in Belgium. Danny Savage is going to try and explain.
3, 2, 1.
He's very good.
He's very good. Very good.
He's a champion seagull impersonator.
I can't get
As
to
an
the controls.
Crowd of Belgian seagull enthusiasts watch on from outside. The judges give 9-year-old Cooper nearly top marks, which saw him win the junior category in the European gull screeching competition.
Well deserved.
He's now a seaside sensation, doing the media rounds about his ornithological status on TV and radio.
How special does it feel to be a gold medal winner for the UK?
It feels amazing, and it reminds me of the Olympics, and now I'm like, yay, I brought back gold for England.
Could you do the Seagull for us live here on Radio 2?
Yeah.
Of course, it'd be there.
When he first developed this talent, what did you think?
Oh, great. He's not the quietest child, so it started off as a bit of another annoying sound from Cooper, and we kept encouraging him to stop. Then once we heard about the competition, it was encouraging him to practice, much to the neighbours' annoyance. Sorry, neighbours.
Hello? There is a serious point to the competition to put seagulls in a more positive light. They can be seen as annoying scavengers.
Cooper was from Chesterfield.
But we all like to see a gold medal winning Brit. Add to the list the boy from landlocked Chesterfield who can perfectly mimic a seabird. Danny Savage, BBC News.
I mean, seriously, that is absolutely uncanny. I really want to try my seagull impression, but I've been told in my ear, just don't do it. It's career ending. So, that was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Stu. Close all that down and let's discuss that in detail for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He deserved the gold.
He did.
I mean, we didn't hear a lot of the competitors, but
No.
it was very
his
good.
mother didn't seem particularly proud, did she? In fact, she...
Another annoying noise from Cooper. Like,
Yeah,
what other
another.
noise is he making?
Yeah.
Kid
I'm getting
could have, like,
flashbacks of
Tourette's
living in Dawlish. Someone slap him.
Oh, Miss Phoenix sounds like his mum.
Yeah. When he developed this talent. Oh, do one.
Yeah, is it a talent? He's
Like
not going to win
Olympics.
Britain's Got Talent, is he?
No. Well, he might do. That guy with the fluorescent tabard one, didn't he, last year? So anyone could win.
I didn't see it.
Not good. So there we go. Bad news.
Well, it was good bird news. It was some of the best bird news we've ever had. And the fact is, we won gold, Stu. We've got to be proud of that.
We do.
Beat those Johnny foreigners.
Yeah.
Yes, seagull impressions.
Yes, we did. Right, Jimmy the Saint. Let's do the formalities and wrap this show up for another fortnight, shall we? Let's thank those in the chat first of all, of course. Let's thank honorary Renaissance woman / guff diver, Miss Phoenix. Oh, I won't go through the chat, but yeah, Miss Phoenix, thank you for joining us. Neil J was there, of course, lurking in the shadows.
John Simmons, Scale Modeler, joined us.
Hope you enjoy your WWF bed sheets. Lovely stuff. Rock was there, of course. Lord Doolin joined us. Have I missed anyone else?
I think that was it in the chat tonight.
Of course, if you want to go and join the Guff Divers Discord, hit that pinned link up in the chat. Come join in. If you like chatting about video games, then come join us. Come join us. We're all in there. Well, Jimmy's not. He's not a video gamer, is he? Let's be honest. But it's fine. It's fine.
One day I will. One day.
If the world descends into World War III, at least we have Gull Boy to protect our country. Yes.
He's the first getting shot, isn't he? Yeah. I don't know why I did my fingers.
Yeah, you got the actual thing. Yeah.
Militia will take him out.
Don't forget, of course, that the audio of this podcast will be available on Spotify sometime over the weekend. And I think that's pretty much it. Please do give us a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed what we've done.
And share with your friends.
Oh, of course, share. Make us go viral in a good way. Jimmy the Saint, thank you so much for your time this evening. As always,
thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Yes, hope it's proved the tonic for everyone that we all needed on this dry and drizzly day. That was Friday, the 3rd of May.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Stu, thank you for changing your shirt.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy I did. I didn't want to.
He's happy.
Yeah, I'm happy. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Until next week, not next week, until the next show. Please take care. Enjoy your weekends and goodbye.